Hey now, welcome back to the Deadology podcast, coming to you from Pencil Hill Studio, New Paltz, New York. I'm your host, Howard Weiner. This is season 4, episode 12 of the podcast. Today, the clock just struck 12 o'clock, and that means today is May 23rd, 2026, and 49 years ago. Man, I got problems with my math. 54 years ago, the Grateful Dead played in the Lyceum Theatre in London, May 23rd, 1972, an epic show. And for an epic show from 1972, that means I got to bring in one of the awesome contributors to the Deadology podcast, my good friend, Mr. Doug Schmell. And we had a nice, long conversation this afternoon, so I don't need to build this show up anymore. We're going to jump right into that Zoom call. Here it is. Everything you wanted to know about the Grateful Dead, May 23rd, 1972, but we're afraid to ask. Yep. All right, here we are, man. Another episode of the Deadology podcast. We're going back to Europe 72 for an epic show. They're all epic, man, from Europe 72. And we got a friend of the podcast, my good friend, Mr. Doug Schmell. Doug, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Howie. Great to be here. You know, I love talking about these Europe 72 shows. They're my bread and butter.
Yeah, it's a special tour. But yeah, I guess arguably their greatest tour, but I think you would have to call it the greatest tour. You know, it's really incredible what they did night after night, show after show in Europe.
I'll go one step further. I think it's the greatest tour by any band ever.
Of mankind, of any entertainment form.
I truly mean that because, Howie, I think I told you, I've been listening to a bunch of these shows, some of them that I haven't listened to as frequently as some of the others because it's now the 54-year anniversary. And I'm just blown away by some of the shows that I kind of, maybe put in the background, not in the forefront of, say, my top 10 and they keep coming on like, I told you, 417 Tivoli, just phenomenal. Dusseldorf, 424. It's now a top 5 show for me. I kind of placed it somehow in my top 5. I must have 8 shows in that top.
Yeah. Top 5, exponential. Yeah. You got to put at least the square there at the least for the top 25. Hey, so yeah, so like just what you're saying, like occasionally I'll hear April 7th on the Grateful Dead channel. They play a lot of cuts from that. I'm like, wow, it's the first show. They talk about it not being that good, but it's fucking great, man. It's
the other one is amazing. Yeah. The first set is great. There's some just the energy, the beat it on down the line. There's just some unbelievable examples.
Yeah.
But as you go more and I guess the first couple of shows were a little shorter, but as the tour kind of advances and you can tell them they're maturing, they're playing in better sounding, acoustically really beautiful places, some of these theaters, the sound really picks up and, they're doing 3 hours and a half, 3 hours, 45 minutes. And you get to Bigger Shore, the 4-hour show. So it wasn't uncommon, like the show we're about to discuss from the Lyceum, 52372. That's a 3-hour and 45-minute show. It's
amazing. Nothing stopped them. Like Bickish Shore, the weather was terrible, but 4 hours. Exactly. We don't care. We were getting 4 hours of music, whether you like it or not.
I think that they were so inspired by these surroundings, being in another country, in a city, famous city, and playing in an acoustically beautiful, famous theater that holds maybe 2,000 people, where Brahms played, where the Beatles played, where Wagner played, some of these it's truly unbelievable. And they took that and ran with it. There's no doubt. This is the peak for me.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah, for sure. In Europe, question. Man, the Grateful Dead put Europe on notice that there's a new, new musical masters in town, and they were definitely they would definitely hit a peak, man. It's like when you first start playing and you're great. Usually takes somewhere in that 7 to 10 year range to really hit, and this is where it really exponentially took off for them in Europe.
Yeah, about their 7th year in existence,
Yeah, and we're gonna be looking at the Lyceum Theater. They played 4 shows there to end the tour. The first one May 23rd. That's the anniversary dates tomorrow. So that's why we're focusing on that particular show. And they had 5 days off prior to this.
Yeah, that's right, Howie. I was thinking about that. There's a lot of things that I thought about, like why is this show so spectacular. And a lot of people will find out if they don't know it. That 5 day layoff was their biggest layoff of the entire tour, except if you consider when they left Denmark, they had 4 days between the 17th and the 21st when they played in Bremen for the Beat Club. But that wasn't really a full concert. You know, they were playing in a studio, but still,
Yeah,
it amazes me the time off. I think it really inspired them. They love London, first of all. They absolutely love London. They love England. Some of the greatest shows I've said have been in England. It amazes me. You know, you think of 4/8, you think of Bickershaw, you think of this show, you think of May 26th, 3 days later. It's truly unbelievable how well they play in England and especially London.
yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, you got the biggest short from, but also Robert Hunter's first time in England. He
Yes.
broke open a bottle of wine and one afternoon wrote "Ripple broke down Palace and to lay me down." So
Which is incredible to think
yeah,
about that in an afternoon.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So there's definitely some kind of magic between England and the Grateful Dead. To this day, there's still tons of Deadheads in England.
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
more per person than the United States or
No,
anywhere in the world. It's close.
you're right. It's pretty amazing. They have a big following, in England. It amazes me. And a lot of that has to do with probably some of these shows. Remember, they played there only once prior to Europe 72 at that show. I think it was in 1970 that you
5/24/70 maybe is the date. I remember
correct.
that because
Yeah.
it's Bob Dylan's birthday, obviously the
Yeah,
24th.
amazing. And then they played one show in Paris prior to or was it after? They played at that Chateau des
Yeah,
Earls.
I think it was after. I may even be wrong on
Correct,
my date, but
correct.
yeah,
But never had
that
they toured. They
yeah,
never really had the extended, touring. And amazingly, it's almost 2 months that they were away. They had never done that before. They had traveled to Canada a bunch of times in the early years, 66, 67, 68, but never had they been away for this long a period of time. And I think they were just soaking in the history of Europe, and we've discussed that before, and the amazing places they played. And really, the one drummer situation, the band setup could not have been any better. Keith and Pigpen at the same time, Donna with some of the background vocals where she wasn't singing on every song. And, a lot of people don't like Donna, but I don't mind her, but singing only when she was needed on playing the band, going down the road, some of those too. It's just amazing to me. The personnel was perfect. And they brought their extended family with them. So they
yeah.
had loved ones, they had, their crew, roadies. Amazing. This was
Yep.
the perfect storm,
The
Howie.
Bozo and Bolo buses going
Yeah.
across England. So yeah, we've gave you a little introduction to the whole Europe 72. So let's jump into this May 23rd. Lead us through the first early part of the set, which I think is a little quickly played.
Yeah, it is.
But
But Howie,
yeah,
I'm listening to this. I started on Tuesday, listening on my headphones. I'm taking a walk through the neighborhood and, realize this is the first Promised Land opener they ever did. Now, think of what that became. That became a standard opener throughout 1973. A lot of times at the end of 72, but throughout 73. This was a trend-setting show. They had never opened up a show with a Promised Land before,
yeah.
only the second time they played it also on this tour. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
The first sentence I wrote and taking notes here, I was like, at the very least, this is the most unique show of the tour.
No
At the
doubt.
very least.
I don't know if you could see this, Howie, but I wrote the words creativity, uniqueness, Garcia's tone, and Pigpen. Those are the four things I wrote, and I'll explain which one. But you hit it right on the nail with the uniqueness. You and I
Yeah,
agree. This show is so unique. We'll get to it, but the Ramble on Rose second set opener,
yeah.
that had only happened maybe once before that in 71, I think 10/22/71. So there's a lot of things going on here. And you could go song by song. The Promised Land's very good. It's got a clunky ending.
Yeah, the crash
Yeah, but
landing.
that's okay. You know what I'm saying? They had never at this point opened up with the Promised Land. It's a perfect song to open up a show with.
Yeah,
It's a Chuck Berry rocker. It gets everybody on their feet. You know what I'm saying? Good to check out the sound and whatnot. And it's a 3 minute and change song, so you're not doing an 11-minute song like a playing in the band to open up the show. So it's great. It gets everybody in their seats. Sugary is next, a beautiful Sugary. Well, all these Sugaries from the tour are very well sung and well played. Nothing
Yeah.
sticks out. This one, very tight, but they're not really taking any risks. The Mr. Charlie, though, is great. I
Yeah.
believe this might be the Mr. Charlie from the album, Europe 72.
Oh, it is. Wow.
Yeah, I
It's a great
believe so.
guitar solo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's a good choice if they,
it's
yeah. Wow.
fantastic. This Mr. Charlie is great. And then in the fourth spot, again, these songs are very short, very compact, and you're right, they're sung at a fast pace. Fourth song, Black-Throated Wind, is excellent. These Black-Throated Winds hadn't hit their stride yet, like they do at the end of 72 and, of course, 73. But for what they were doing, the condensed version, there's a lot of great jams, within that last, say 30 seconds. Garcia's hitting some great notes right underneath Bobby's singing, and this one's great. It's
Yeah.
one of the better ones of the tour, I think.
It was definitely a quick pace, but Black Throated Wind is such a weird song because it doesn't seem like it's complicated to play, but just to get the timing to get the whole band in time and getting it exactly where you want it. This one seemed a little too quick, even though it was
Yeah,
good. You know,
I
is
get that. Yeah, it clocks in at only 5 minutes and 43 seconds, something like that. So you're right,
yeah.
it is a little short. Maybe they sung it too fast, but I get it. That remember this is a 19 song first set.
They couldn't wait to get to the stuff they're going to get to.
Right, the second longest first set of the tour in terms of songs. Only Frankfurt's longer. There's another 19 song first set, which is the famous show 3 days later, the 26th, which ended the tour. Obviously, we'll get to that another time, but wow, what an unbelievable show that is. But still, fast-paced songs, but they're starting to get into a flow. And Tennessee Jed, the fifth song of the set, is unbelievable. It's amazing. It's epic. I didn't know it was that good until I listened to it. I heard it twice. Jerry just spins off this amazing lead at the end. Amazing. It really is. All of them are similar, the Europe 72 ones. Some I think are hotter than others, but this one is amazing. He hit some great notes, Harry.
Yeah,
Amazing.
agreed. In the crowd, you could hear a nice roar, but from the
Yeah.
crowd, like they were into it. So yeah, it was a really good Tennessee Jed. Then we go back to Pigpen, a couple of early Pigpen check-ins here. Next time you see me, obviously a great song.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I like it with the harp. Then the Garcia solo back to the harp. It works well on his harmonica. It's such a great, underrated song because the jam in that is always good.
Yeah,
I've never heard of Next Time You See Me or You Lied, You Cheated. Some people call it that. There's never been a version of that song where Jerry doesn't hit some really nice notes. That's a great cover song. And then you got a beautiful, I mean, in the number seven spot, you got a Jack Straw. That's one of the better ones of the tour. You could tell this song developing and becoming a crowd pleaser and a favorite song of theirs through the singing, through Jerry's, pouncing along on the guitar, like I said, while Bobby's singing. He's inventive in it. And it's a beautiful version, I'll tell you, Harry. I love this Jack Straw. I heard it about twice, you know. Heard it Tuesday, I heard it again, I think Thursday I
yeah,
played it. Because I had two different versions. I have the archive version that I listen to while I'm taking a walk, and then I have the release, which I'll show you,
yeah,
from Europe 72. And just a shout out, I'll tell you, Howie, this is one of the better sounding recordings of this entire tour, the 52372. It sounds impeccable
yeah.
on the CD release. It's
Yeah, I got
incredible.
the release. They released all the things individually on digital.
Correct.
It's like I could was able to download the original. I mean, not the original, the official release from the box
Exactly.
set.
And it
Yeah,
sounds unreal. It's
yeah,
beautiful. Could hear a pin drop while they're tuning up and, they're doing their banter. And it's just amazing, I'll tell you. And the unique, like we talked about, the uniqueness, this show just keeps flowing. And then you got the eighth and ninth, the China Cat, Sunfire, and I Know You're Right. This song and this combo stuck out for me, Howie. It's not the hottest version I've ever heard, but it's perfect. But it's perfect. It's condensed. The singing's great. Garcia's solos in the middle of the China Cat, and then the bridge into I Know You Rider is fantastic. I was just curious of your thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, this is really where the show takes off. Like they finally settled in. You could tell 5 days off, they're excited, they're trying to get going. I think this is where the show really they settle in and take off. Yeah, it's a beautiful version. Europe 72, basically, when you're looking at the China Cats, is that they're creating an atmosphere with it where they're gonna find a way to take it to another level. So it's a but they're so great, like the one from Paris, the one that's on the album,
Oh my
and
God.
yeah, they're so good. It's not as much the jamming as it is the atmosphere they create in the
Correct.
China Cat. Man, it's awesome. It's
You
because
know
it's
what?
one really one of a kind. The sound of these China Cats from Europe '72.
I know, I agree. And I was mentioning Garcia's tone. When you listen to it on the official release, that beginning dun 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 dun, dun it just sounds perfect. I'll tell you. The sound of his guitar, there's no doubt in my mind that Jerry was looking down at the crowd, smiling. He was on top of the world, getting to that song later, sitting on top of the world. I guarantee you, he was ear to ear grinning because he was in a great mood. Just you can tell from his playing and like the tone of his guitar sounded. I'm sure that was part of why they were so hot. You're playing in this acoustically perfect venue, in the middle of London, right in the heart of London. It must have been so amazing and inspiring for them. These
Yep.
guys from California used to playing in bars and then playing at the Winterland and these small theaters, but playing in these acoustically perfect theaters must have been incredible.
Yep, and this was their last licks in the Lyceum, the last four shows. So yeah, it was a
They're letting it all out. Yeah, and the Know You Rider has two great jams in it, Howie. The bridge jam, the transition is perfect. Again, probably not as good as the definitive one, from 5/3, which I love. I'm
yeah.
a huge fan of that show. It's unbelievable, and that's why I consider that to be the greatest first set ever. You've heard me.
It's weird. And at that Paris show, they hit it was a great Black Throater win. Like they were hitting things perfect right from the
Yes.
beginning.
It-
Where
um,
this show developed, man, it really developed. But the Paris show, everything was just like right on them. It couldn't be better right away.
you can tell the surroundings being Paris, the city of light. It must have really inspired them. And on record, even Donna said that playing in a place like the Olympia Theater was the greatest sounding a place they've ever played. That they couldn't believe the acoustics and how great it sounded. So of course that inspired them.
Yeah.
But this show is really second to none. I mean, as you're going through the set, then you've got, oh my God. Howie, I'll tell you, after this China Cat, I know you would say, yeah, big deal. Me and my uncle, I got news for you. This me and my uncle smokes.
Yeah.
I
I,
don't know
I knew
if
you. I knew you were going to go nuts on this because
I
it's
love the song,
yeah,
as you know. This is look, the one from Paris is the second song right after the birth. It might be a little better, but this one, oh my God, it's incredible. Jerry, again, his attitude, I'm sure he's peering down at the crowd from the stage, just smiling and showing off. He's hitting licks that I've never heard before to me and my uncle.
yeah.
It's amazing.
It was pretty.
Amazing.
It was a standout for me and my uncle. There's no way you can't notice it. Like just the guitar was like coming through that. So the song could barely contain Garcia. It was
There you go. There
it
you
was
go.
it was hot, man. It was
And
noticeable.
and to hear it on the official release again, it just sounds so perfect. There's no echoing. It's just Jerry, when you hear his solo, it really sounds so distinct. That sound of his guitar, I'll tell you, amazing. That I had to play that twice, Howie, because I was like, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
here?
It's extraordinary. Definitely,
Just
it's
the
like a
me and my
standout
uncle, but
uncle.
it's
Yeah,
yeah, 3 minute song that you're like, oh my God, you can turn non-deadheads onto the dead with this song. And then in the 11th spot, you got the Chinatown Shuffle, throwaway song, but I love to hear it. I love it's an original. I like the lyrics, I like Pig Pen. Amazing. And then oh my God, that 12th song, Howie, now we're onto
yes.
something. Because this freaking big railroad blues, I didn't know. I figured it was hot. I remember these one because the one in Hamburg was really hot. And that's, they started going from, maybe shorter versions. Although the first one of the tour is the one in London, 4/8. That's a great one. And
Yeah.
it's long. There's 4 rounds of the jam. This one's only three, like most of them, but it's incredible. This might
Shriek.
be the best
Yeah.
big railroad blues of the tour. The
Shrieking
third
guitar
round,
solo is amazing.
unbelievable. He hits some notes there where you're like laughing. It's comical. Again, the tone of his guitar is on. There's some distinct, just phrasing and amazing sound coming from his guitar. And he nails it, Howie, I'll tell you. That took me by surprise because I remember, I'm sure it was hot. I didn't remember specifically. I remembered that Hamburg was hot. I know the one that people love is the one from Tivoli 417 because they done
Oh yeah, yeah.
the bolo masks, and they're kind of having fun with that. Jerry takes his off, and
Yeah,
that's only a 2 round jam. It's very
yeah,
hot. It's only 2 rounds. This one's three, and oh my God, it explodes at the end, like
yeah,
where it's comical. It you laugh. It's hard to, as a dad, you're listening and saying, "Wait, how does he do?"
yeah. This show, I think what happened was they came out, they were a little quick at first because they were so excited, and that by the time the China Cat came, they really settled in, and now it's like a new
Correct.
show. It's just kick ass, complete
Yeah,
game.
that's a
Yeah,
it's a great observation on your part, Howie. And you also mentioned that in your book. 4 years ago you released your book, on the 50-year anniversary, and you hit the
I
nail
got to
right on
check
the
into
head.
that thing again.
Yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned it starts settling in, especially at the China Cat. No, you're right. And then I think the set takes off, where this becomes to me one of the top, easily four best first sets of the entire tour. The second set we know is beyond reproach. It's insane. But this first set, so yeah, 19 song first set. They're a little quick in the beginning, but I'll tell you, once they start and hit their stride with that China Cat, and maybe to a lesser extent with the Tennessee Jed,
Yeah.
but boy, at this point they are cooking. And that sets up Howie. I'll tell you, the number 13 song is The Stranger, Two Souls in Communion. This song is very important for a few reasons. First of all, it might be the best one they ever played. The heartfelt singing by Pigpen, especially at the end, is unbelievable. You listen to that again and you may cry because he is pouring his heart out. And I believe that's the reason why he never sang a song in the second set and doesn't do any rapping in The Good Lovin', which is the penultimate song of the first set. What happened was, I don't know, I think he just spilled everything on the line. He sang his guts out and he didn't have anything left. Look, we knew he was sick at the time and he was a little frail and probably getting a little hoarse, but this song really changed everything. And to me, this is why you had all these Garcia songs in the second set to end the first set and then continuing the second set. Pigpen was not a factor. I think he spilled his guts. He let it all hang out during this song, Two Souls in Communion, and he couldn't sing anymore. He
It's pretty
just,
funny. Bob Weir was not a factor either.
right,
Weir was
that's my
also
point.
yeah.
Well, he sang a couple of songs, but it's amazing. Pigpen checks out. He doesn't sing. He just sings the opening and the closing lyrics of The Good Lovin'. He is not a factor at all in the rest of the show. It's unbelievable. So if you listen to that song, I remember like thinking, yeah, I know this is a good one, but I could not believe how hot it was. And Jerry's solo is excellent too.
Yeah.
Again,
I've
it
got
sounds perfect. It's that pig pen, his heartfelt emotional singing Howie at the end.
yeah.
It's
I've got nothing to say, but I do have an audio highlight of that. So
awesome.
let's take it from
Awesome. Yeah,
Garcia's guitar
this
solo
is for the solo, and maybe you'll get his singing at the
all the
end.
way to the end, man.
Oh, perfect, man. Enjoy, guys, because this is heartfelt. This is it. This is it.
nature of things, conceived of great spirit, not for beggars but kings. You who have found it, please help me along. I'm a man, I'm a man. I'm not made out of stone. My needs, they are simple. I don't want many things, but I truly want to fly on them wings of love one more time. That's all I need. I wanna fly on them wings. Wanna fly on them wings of love. I'm a stranger here. Oh, somebody help me now. Wake up early in the morning. You know, my pillow gets soaking wet. All I need, all I need is to fly on them wings of love one more time. I'm a stranger in your town. Just let me fly on them wings. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, The Stranger, Two Souls in Communion. What a great song. And yeah, it's a
Yeah, that,
shame we lost Pigpen, but he was at this tour. The weird thing was he was really starting to fit in with the future, the way the Grateful Dead were going. Songs like this and Mr.
absolutely.
Charlie, these were
Absolutely.
like he didn't have to rely on the rap at the rap as much. He was putting in,
Correct.
he was becoming, he's taking his turn in line with Jerry and Bob, and
The,
it's yeah,
think of all the rap songs of his, they're all cover songs. These songs were all originals. Mr. Charlie, Chinatown Shuffle, The Stranger, all original songs penned by Pigpen. And he sings the lyrics, and they're incredible. Those three just really stick out. And I'll tell you, I think this might be the best one they ever did, the
yeah.
definitive
This
version.
one, it's so emotional and just a great song, and you got the Jerry and Donna singing the backgrounds at the end, and
Beautiful.
it's yeah, it's I like
It's
for so
incredible.
I've had the good fortune of seeing Dark Star Orchestra play this a few times, and just like
Wow.
they
I never did. Yeah,
yeah,
that must
one
be
time
great.
I saw them do a 72 show, and
Wow.
yeah, and it's such a great song. And the thing was, we really didn't know it at all because it wasn't on Europe 72. It wasn't
Never
on,
heard it.
all of a sudden the song
Before
just
the
dropped in out of nowhere,
before I
It's,
got the box set, I had
yeah.
never heard the song, didn't even know what it was. Howie, again, good observation by you because in your book you said this would have been a perfect song to have included on the Europe 72 release, back in 1972 when it came out at the end of the year. I'm surprised they didn't include one of them. This one probably would have been the best. I think it's the definitive version. But that would have been a great song, another Pigpen
Oh, no,
song.
no
Hey,
doubt.
we don't know what went into their song selection or what in for a triple album, but hey, it's still a
Yeah,
great number.
they'd
It's an
only done it a few times. Maybe they didn't even realize how great it was. It's
exactly, exactly. So that sets up the 14th song of the set is the playing in the band. It's a very different one. I like
yeah,
it. It's a little spacier than some of the one. There's a little noodling at the end. He doesn't just go full, he goes full throttle, Jerry, in the beginning. And about the 8 minute, oh, FedEx is here. This is good. So I got the playing in the band I have. This is one of the better ones of the tour. And I was talking about, I like the fact that towards the end, they settle down a little, and Jerry's just hitting some noodling notes and just some spacey notes. It's different. He doesn't just, it's not full throttle, in your face the whole time. Curious of your thoughts on it.
Oh, I think it's great. Like the playing in the band, show by show, kept getting better this tour, or at least longer. They were looking to
Correct.
extend it.
They
Uh,
were. Good
there's a
point.
couple from this tour which are insane, like
Oh
the
yeah,
even
Paris is great,
4A,
5-3.
Rotterdam,
England 4-8 is
yeah,
unbelievable. Oh my
and
God.
yeah, that
Bickershaw might be the best.
that's what I was gonna say, because sure, yeah. So they're really ripping a hot 10-minute play in the band. Now when they hit the Lyceum, they're like, let's take
Hey,
this
I got the FedEx
longer.
guy.
Yeah, go get the FedEx guy. I'll keep. I got your back while you got the FedEx. That's this is a live podcast, and Doug's got a FedEx coming in right now. Yeah, but the playing in the bands from this tour are incredible. Yeah, so this one is like 12 minutes, a little longer. They were just ripping, streaming on this one, and took a nice little, I guess, exit ramp off the playing in the band. Did some spacey stuff, came back to it. Very hot, just a great play in the band. Definitely one of the best ones of the tour. I loved it. And how's the
Oh
FedEx
yeah,
guy
yeah.
doing? Did you ask the FedEx guy about playing?
If he knows about 523.72. Yeah, I love the placement of these playing in the bands. It's amazing. Now, they opened up the show twice on the tour. I think Hamburg was 429. They opened it, and also they opened up also at Rotterdam.
That is
So,
cool, because usually the openers of the Europe 72 were kind of tame,
of
or
course,
yeah.
of
So
course. And I get that. They hadn't
yeah,
settled in yet. To open up a show with an 11-minute psychedelic classic, full throttle. I love using that word, but it's true, in your face, where Jerry is really hitting some of the best notes that he can hit during a first set. It amazes me. But this is the 14th song of the show. They've already settled in, and it's just amazing. And
yeah.
this,
I think I would have done an audio highlight on it, but the song before, the Stranger, and the song
oh my
after is getting an audio highlight. So
Oh, the song after, oh my God. So now you're up to the 15th song of the first hit is Sitting on Top of the World. The second ever version. The first version of the tour was the preceding show in Munich, which
yeah,
I love. That's an underrated show. One day we'll talk about that show. I love it. I'll tell you, there's something about that show that really, hits me because it's so undervalued, underrated. But this Sitting Top of the World is one of the best ones I've ever heard, Howie. It's short, it's compact, it's fast, it's quick. But Jerry goes nuts. He hits some incredible notes, which is unbelievable. I mean, it's full rock and roll right in your face.
yeah.
It's
It'll make your
amazing.
head spin, as one of your favorite sayings. Yeah, it's
Oh, it will.
just psychedelic blitz here, man. It's incredible. Hey, so it's such a short song. It's only a little over 3 minutes. Let's hear the
Yeah,
Sitting on
three
Top of
minutes
the
of like
World, and we'll
20.
be right
Oh, yeah.
back at you.
There you go. Enjoy, folks.
It's the river's big and wide. Blonde-headed woman on the other side. Now she's gone, 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 and I don't worry. 'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Work all summer, spring and fall. Blonde-headed woman was costing it all. Now she's gone, 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 and I don't worry. 'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world. heavy old man. Now she's gone, 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 I don't believe. 'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
Yeah, so taking it back to their the first album with the Sin on Top of the World, just
Yeah, the eponymous Grateful
yeah,
Dead.
it's funny, man. I was searching for the word. I was like, let me skip it, and you just came up with eponymous.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty funny, man. I was about to
Yep.
say it, but
It's
the
just
word,
called Grateful Dead, and for that reason, I'll
yeah,
tell you, man. Look, they did three of them on the tour. The next one is also such an undervalued show, 525, also with the Lyceum. That show is amazing.
and
It
each one of these Lyceum shows is like so unique. There's like different little segments that are so unique.
amazing.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny. The 25th is the first time that they had played three shows in a row, 3 days in a row. So I thought they were a little tired in that show, and the first set kind of bears that out. But the second set is
that
unbelievable.
Dark Star, man.
And the
It's
Warfred at the door, and that
yeah,
going on the road, it's Howie, it's incredible. And there comes a time,
and
and
and there's an extra jam like the Uncle John's is
correct.
extra long. It's incredible.
It
Yeah,
amazes me. So they really made it up. I just wanted to throw that in. That show was
yeah,
incredible.
I
So
love it.
this sitting on top of the world, I don't know if it's as good as the show from one from the 25th, but it's up there. It might be the definitive version. It's quick. You know, obviously you really before you know it, it's gone. The song's over. But there's two jams in it. The first one's pretty
The
quick. It's just
second
one
one is
round.
the head
Second
spinner.
one's
Yeah.
three rounds, and he goes nuts. And that sets up, the debut, Grateful Dead debut of a new song, Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Few. I think that's a Huey Smith song, right?
Yeah, yeah. He was the first person, and then it became a hit around this time. Geez, why is it escaping my mind right now? It became popular in '71. It became a hit song,
Yeah, it's
and
a cool song. I like
oh,
it.
it's great, man. It's like during the COVID era, man. It was like perfect during COVID, man. Rocking pneumonia and the boogie woogie blues,
Right, right.
boogie
It's a
woogie
great
flu, I should say.
Boogie
Yeah,
Woogie Flu. It's a great song. I like the lyrics. It's
hey,
kind of like sounds like a Chuck Berry song, and it's
oh,
got a
definitely.
great jam. Jerry hits some really cool, like there's two jam, and he hits some nice notes in the second jam, which really sounds
Yeah.
good on the
This
delivery.
show is so 50s, 60s rock and roll. You got the Promised
I
Land
agree.
opener. Later on, we
Honestly,
got some
no
more
doubt.
stuff. And
No doubt. Big Railroad Blues. You're right. There's something about this show, pure rock and roll. And Howie, we must mention also at this point, you're starting to hit what you called in your book the Garcia Fest.
oh yeah,
70
get closing in on it for sure.
because even though you got the Mexicali Blues, which follows, and then the Good Lovin', which we had discussed, everything now is setting up for Jerry. Sitting on Top of the World, then Rockin' Pneumonia, two Jerry songs back to back. Take a little break with the Mexicali Blues and then the Good Lovin'. And just as a quick note, this Good Lovin' is unbelievable. It's pure Jerry hitting notes that look, I love these Good Lovin'. Some of the best ones of the tour, I'll tell you, Dusseldorf 424 is nuts. The one from Frankfurt, two nights later, is unbelievable too. The one from Bickershaw is
Frankfurt is,
incredible.
oh yeah, we had
Yeah,
great jamming on the bigger show one. Yeah.
right. But this one, there's no pigpen rap. Very unique. Again, and I think it's because he laid it all on the line during The Stranger. I truly believe it. No pigpen rap, so it's all Jerry hitting some beautiful notes. And then you got the Casey Jones, a 19 song first set. And I'd like to mention this Casey Jones is amazing. Amazing. It's one of the better ones of the tour because Jerry's hitting, but it also has the very, very unique beginning where he hits the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun
Right.
dun
Right.
dun dun. Driving that train. Right. He doesn't do that on any other one that I know of, I swear.
Wow.
It's very
Cool.
deliberate. Yeah, check it out. You guys out there. He hits the first couple of
Yeah.
notes. It's amazing.
I heard it, but I really didn't even think about it when it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's similar to the beginning of the going down the road, like a little presage, a little. It's amazing. So that caps off a 19 song first set, close to 2 hours. That'll just bust your brain. Again,
Unbelievable stuff
starts
that'll
off a little
bust your brains
slow.
out, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
gets into tune. You got the Tennessee Jazz, then with the China Cat Know Your Rider. And then every song after that is like up there with definitive version of the tour, or
yeah.
definitive version they've ever done.
Hey,
To
just
me,
one thing I wanted to point out: Rocket Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu, best version, September 3rd, 72 Boulder. It's a great
oh, they
version,
did do it at that show.
right before Not Fade Away, going down the road, Not Fade Away,
Oh,
which is a
right,
top
right.
notch one.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's a
uh,
three set show.
yeah,
That's a three setter, man. You know my opinion of three set shows. There's just
yeah,
something
and just
about
for this the difference of it, that Good Loving without the pig pen rap, just really interesting, just because they hadn't done anything like that before. It's
exactly.
pretty
This is the
cool.
first time. Now, at Frankfurt, there's a little rapping, and then for good 10 minutes,
Yeah,
Jerry's going nuts, and it's beautiful, but there's still Pigpen rap, the
yeah,
Dusseldorf. Oh my God, there's incredible jamming in that one, but there's still a Pigpen rap. Then you got the ones like the one from Tivoli, 414. That show is that has all Pigpen
oh
rap
yeah, yes,
above it. It's less jamming, there's some jamming, but it's incredible. That's 20 minutes of Pigpen Rat. This one is just 11 minutes, but there's no Pigpen Rat. So Jerry
yeah.
has to improvise, and he does, and he hits some great notes, and it's great to hear, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah,
It's
Pig
one of the
Pen might
better
have been
ones of the
out
tour.
chasing some tail during the jam or something.
Got the legs up against the wall, coming in from a 3-day creep. I love that stuff. I really do. I give Pigpen credit for making that up and thinking of it, and he's very consistent with his rap. But this one, there is none. And again, I guarantee it's because he was just feeling tired and he had laid it all on the line, folks, in that Two Souls in Communion. There's no doubt. So that caps an unbelievable first set. I really, to me, top four best first sets of the tour. Some of the greatest stuff you will hear. Very, very rock and roll oriented. Very, stand alone song oriented. There's really a little jamming, but just amazing, amazing within the song jamming. Amazing. An A plus first set for
Oh
me.
yeah, definitely. From the playing in the band and the stranger and playing back to back. That's such
Incredible,
great stuff,
incredible.
man. It
Yeah,
was
the
so
Johnny Cat Know You Rider, and then the Me and My Uncle.
yeah.
They're just they're
It
hitting.
is weird. He said the me and my uncle just totally popped, man. It was yeah, crazy.
Right, and that second it sets up the second set, and I'll tell you, Howard, in your book, this second set is up there with any second set from this tour. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know what went on in that, in their room, where they hang out in between sets, and they're definitely doing something, some psychedelics, maybe drinking, maybe smoking some weed, but they come back and they open up the second set with Ramble on Rose, very rare, very creative, very unique, but it works. It's just such a great, happy tune to start the set with,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Love it.
Ramble on Rose is like one of the treasures of Europe '72 for the new songs, and
Exactly.
I mean, that's a song I fell in love with that got me into the Grateful
Of
Dead from Europe
course.
'72. So it's such a great tune. It's not like one of the throwaways that you might start a set off with. It's
The song's
pure
amazing.
gold, pure gold. Here you go. Here's pure gold for you guys to start the set. Ramble on Rose.
And think about it. They ended the first set with Casey Jones. Now Ramble on Rose. That's already two straight Garcia songs. You had the Sitting on Top of the World followed by the Rocket Pneumonia a little before that. So Jerry is taken over. And I don't know if this was
It takes
discussed.
over. Yeah.
He's taken over. I don't know if this is something they actually discuss, in the intermission. Is it something that they acknowledge? Is it something that they plan? It's just
Something wrong
amazing.
with Bob, like his voice, but it doesn't sound
I
like it.
don't think
It's
so because
yeah,
he
yeah.
belts out some his singing is amazing and then not fade away. He's belting out the Sugar
It's,
Magnolia. He's screaming, the saliva's flowing.
yeah,
So I
no,
don't think it was
it was
that.
yeah, definitely the saliva was flowing. But hey,
So
just for pure statistics, from Casey Jones forward, seven of the next eight songs are Jerry, and
never
then
happened before, never will happen again. It's
yeah, definitely,
amazing.
and I think it was 9 of 11, like
Something like
through the end of
correct.
the show, so it didn't stop all set. It was
Think of that. That amazes me. That idea. Right. There's only two Bob songs, Not Fade Away and Sugar Magnolia. Those are the only non-Jerry songs from Casey Jones to end the first set till the end of the second set, end of the show. That's an amazing concept, and it's true. So that it's five straight Jerry songs when you consider the Casey Jones that ends the first set, then Ramble on Rose, and then the highlight of the show, Howie, as you know, is the Dark Star into Morning Dew. Now, something about, look, they just played that 5 days earlier. That's the first time they'd ever did that combination of Dark Star into Morning Dew. It worked perfectly in Munich. It's a great version. I don't think it's as great as this one, but still, It's an unbelievable pairing of those two songs.
Isn't that amazing? Because those songs have been there for so long being
Correct.
played
And they
together, and
never
they never put it together, you know?
never put it together. Isn't that amazing? You know, Dark Star debuted probably in 67 or 68. We know that Morning
Yeah.
Dew debuted in 67 at that big human being at the
Yeah.
Panhandle Golden Gate Park, you know. That's a famous Morning Dew, and they really hit the nail on the head with their initial version of that song. It's amazing. That song was hot from the get-go, but amazing. This Dark Star Morning Dew, Howie. Look, they probably played it in total 10 times or maybe less. You've got Munich, you got this one, you got the one from Philly, the one from Berkeley, 82472, which I consider the best.
We did a show, Williamsburg.
Right,
Yeah.
9/11, 73. You got the unbelievable Alexandra Palace
Oh,
that
yeah,
you know and
geez.
love,
Yeah.
which is 9/10/74. Obviously, I mentioned Spectrum in Philly, 9/21/72. And one of the best ones, Howie, which was within a playing in the band loop, is the one from 10/18/72,
Oh, right.
which is
That's the first big loop. Yeah.
beyond belief phenomenal.
That's the
If you
first
people
playing
out
loop.
there
Yeah.
do not know that, Howie, you know I've talked about that many times. That is one of the greatest hours and change of Grateful Dead music ever. It's in the top five. It blows my mind. I listen to that a lot. It's incredible. The
Hey,
most
so
inventive.
for the so in the early in the fall, we'll get to that one, man. We'll do
Oh,
the set.
it's
We'll do that
we
show.
have to, Howie. That show, you got to rekindle. You got to refocus on that show. You'll be like, oh, what did I do? How did I
Listen,
put
my
this?
friend, you got to get your shit together. Enough of the podcasting, enough of
Can you imagine that? My friend Howie, seeing a therapist, he's been totally belittling the 1872 playing bridge, you
he's been
know?
living in a dream.
But I'll tell you, Howie, this Dark Star Morning Dew is in the top three. I'm telling you. Look,
It's
I know
pretty
you love
incredible.
the one from Philly, and there's no reason not to. That show's incredible. 9/21/72. That Dark Star Morning Dew is out of this world. There's something about this one. Maybe it's the sound again of Garcia's guitar, the sound inside the Lyceum. It's just perfect. Now, start with the Dark Star. This Dark Star is in the top five of the Europe 72 tour. Look, you got 4/8.
That's heavy statement because all these dark stars are great from this
They
tour.
are,
Yeah.
but I'm on record. I'm on record right now. I'm saying it. Obviously, 4/8. Look, I've said 5/11 might be the best, but I've reconsidered. 4/8 London to me is the best. It's my favorite, at
It's
least.
the best, man.
It's
It's
it,
too
it blows my
ridiculous.
mind. It's too good. You
Yeah.
can't top it. It's definitive. Second one might be Rotterdam 5/11, but Dusseldorf. Oh my God.
That's incredible. And also this Paris 5/4 is pretty
Oh my
crazy.
God.
It
That's the other one. So
doesn't
so
start
Howie,
off
there you
that it
go.
doesn't start
So
off crazy, but it gets nuts at the end.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this one to me completes the top five.
Yeah.
Believe me, you and I think alike because now there's some great ones. Look, the one from Tivoli 414 is amazing. Even the 417, the
Yeah.
414
It's
has
crazy.
the
Could you imagine
greatest
in the same place, two
feeling
dark
groovy
stars?
jam.
Like, wow.
What would you say that seeing
It's
the
at the same place, two dark
oh
stars.
yeah, it had to inspire them being inside that
Yeah.
the Tivoli
Gardens. Yeah.
yeah, hall, whatever.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I heard it was just a phenomenally, the sound in that place, acoustically perfect. You know that definitely inspired them to play two unbelievable Dark Stars. But just amazing. This one, there's some unbelievable notes. Howie, I've heard it three times. The third time was just recently, the last song I've heard before this interview, and I only got up till the lyrics. But the beginning 7 minutes is amazing.
Jerry just comes out and
He comes out,
yeah.
he's hitting some notes, they're exploring things. There's God show is really up in the mix. It's great. It
Yeah,
really
Jerry just came out. He had a lot to get off his chest in that first 5 minutes, man.
exactly. It's been 5 days that he hasn't played, and he said he has to play every day. I'm sure he's been
Yeah.
practicing. When they're playing and thhere they're sitting inside, where they're staying in a hotel. I'm sure he's fooling around. But for him, 5 days is a long time to
I
go.
think that explains the 7 out of 8 songs.
There you
He's like,
go.
listen,
There
guys,
you go.
I know you're not going to like this, but I got to do something.
But I'm gonna take it over. So amazingly, look, this is the first time also in the tour they repeated Dark Star from show to show. Munich 518 and then 523, Lyceum in London. And of course, they both went into Morning Dew, but I'll tell you, Howie, this Dark Star again, you first 7 minutes, 8 minutes, then you've got it's a little spacey, but then they get back towards the theme.
Yeah. Hey,
Then there's a little drum. It's not even a drum solo. It's just a drumming with some
Kurtzman's kind of
fill.
leading the way. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Hey,
beautiful.
one quick thing. You just said they did do Dark Star 5-4 and then 5-7 at Bickershaw.
Oh, you're
It
yeah.
just popped into my
I forgot
head.
about. But you know what's funny? That 5-7 was more to me like an other one
Yeah,
night.
they
Look,
and
not
yeah,
knocking the Dark Star because it's great, but it's only 19 minutes. So it's not a fully developed Dark Star. So it wasn't
sure,
really a
yeah,
Dark Star night. But that's a good point. But that is two shows in a row. But these two, from Munich to Lyceum, unbelievable, two amazing. You may not know that one offhand. The one from Munich has the greatest tiger jam in
wow.
space in a Dark Star I've
I
ever
haven't heard in
heard.
a while, but I
Oh,
can't
it's
say I know it.
incredible.
Yeah,
Very similar to Dusseldorf in the Tiger Jam at the end. It's extended and it's incredible. Very similar to Rotterdam, a little shorter, but and the Morning Dew is amazing. It really is. This one's better. I agree with you, and I know in your book
yeah,
you said that this one, really is a lot better than the preceding one. Although I think Munich is great. But tell you the amazing part that it's a 30-minute Dark Star. And the beginning of the Dark Star, Jerry's noodling a little. He couldn't wait to jump into this song because they're tuning up and he's already hitting for a good minute and a half. It's on the official release and it's also on the archive if you listen to it. It's a good minute and a half. They call it tuning, but it's Dark Star.
yeah,
He's just hitting these very simple, beautiful notes that go right into the the first few notes. It's incredible, Howie. And
yeah.
then I
And
mentioned,
that's how he came so hot into it. Then you get to the drum part. That's another few minutes
oh,
where it gets a little. They get like take an exit ramp number exit 112, and they're
but then they
another
come
universe.
back
The
three
bread,
minutes or so
yeah,
before the verse.
the breadcrumb trail back to the
It's
first Dark Star,
amazing.
man.
It's
It's perfect.
incredible. The
That's what
jamming is
that's what we're
beautiful.
gonna hear right now. It's we definitely have to get some of this Dark Star.
Oh, it's
We hear
incredible.
the re-entry and back to that first
I like it.
verse.
Call it the breadcrumbs. I like
Yeah,
it. Ladies and
the
gentlemen, enjoy
breadcrumb
the
trail
breadcrumbs.
back to Dark Star, man. It's amazing how they do that. They just go into another universe and then come back to the Dark Star.
They're the only band that I know of that's ever been able to do that
Yeah,
because they were reading each other and playing off each other so well, Howie. It was telepathy.
yeah,
This wasn't pre-planned.
they
These
just they push time out of the equation. Just
incredible.
whenever we get back to it, we get back to it. It's
Blows your mind. Six of the great musicians, but they were so tight, so focused. And by 72 of this tour, so perfectly in tune with each other, this is what you get. This is the results. A masterpiece.
yeah. All right, here you go. Enjoy.
Searchlight casting for faults in the clouds of delusion. Shall we go? You and I, while we can. Through the transitive nightfall of diamond.
Yeah, and you can even hear Jerry's voice singing Dark Star there, man. Just beautiful.
It's incredible. I love this one. I knew it was hot. It's funny. Jeff Morgenthau is a big proponent of this one, and yeah, that's why I put it in my top five. There's no doubt. Is it the best one? Probably not, but it's so hot and it's exploratory, and it goes that soft. We'll get to it. That incredible landing into Morning Dew, Howie, might be the greatest transition they've ever done into
and they do get some of that what do you
Tiger.
it's a tigerish throttle your brain stuff going, and then
Yes,
the
it's
soft
very
landing
good.
into Morning Dew.
Oh my God. You get that tiger portion, and then there's a little softer. Oh, it's beautiful. Towards the end, almost 2 minutes, they're just kind of figuring out. I love the fact that they never rush out of that song. Sometimes, you feel, okay, tiger, then they're into the next song, but they never do that. Here's a great example. The last 4 minutes of the one that I love from Tivoli.
4-8.
Listen
Oh,
to that,
okay,
417. They do this incredible, it sounds like they're doing Let It Grow. You even mentioned that in your book.
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes of this incredible exploratory jamming that they had never done before. So they didn't want to end the song. It's incredible. They just didn't want to end it. It winds up going into Sugar Magnolia, but it's incredible.
Yeah,
It's
Dark
4 minutes.
Star gave birth to other songs. One of them, Let It Grow, for sure. Slipknot gave birth to, and
Right. It's amazing. This one, it's about 1 minute 40 seconds, but they don't want to end. And Jerry's hitting these fucking gorgeous notes, Howard. And then it just slowly fades into Morning Dew. It's perfect. It might be the greatest transition they've ever done.
Hey, one more thing, since you brought this whole transition thing coming out of Dark Star, and this is pretty obvious, but the 4-8 going into that Sugar Magnolia, man, that's
Oh
the
my
gold
God.
standard of a segue jam. That's
No doubt. That's one of the early Dark Star. They had done, I think, Dark Star into Sugar Magnolia before that.
maybe once, yeah.
Maybe at the Academy of Music, but I'm not 100% sure. I think they did, and that Caution also was the second one that they brought back since
Crazy.
'71.
Yeah.
That show is nuts. It's in my top five. Believe me, I've reconsidered a lot since we last spoke about this, but like Dusseldorf is now in the top five. And again, I've got good 8 shows in my top five, so we'll go over that maybe another time. But God, that transition is unbelievable. And then Howie, this Morning Dew is freaking gorgeous. It really is. The singing, the emotion. I know he flubs the lyrics, but it's somehow
That's
it
the only thing that
works.
kept this from being better than as good as 526 or in the
Correct.
ballpark. 526
Right.
is
It's right
spectacular.
there. 526 is amazing because his singing is spot on.
Just the whole thing's more perfect. It's
Right,
sure.
right. This one, there's the vocal mistake, call it a flub, but he makes up for it. You know what I'm saying? He does I thought I heard a baby cry, and then I thought I heard a young man mourn. Those are the last two singing, verses instead of the first two. He kind of screws it up a little, but you know what? It still works. Great jam. The middle jam of this Morning Dew is very emotional. It's exceptional. And Jerry's voice.
It's perfect. Yeah.
It's the way he phrases some of the words is just perfect. I've heard this 3 times in preparation for this podcast, Howie. I swear, this and the Dark Star, I've heard the most 3 times. And this Morning Dew is sensational. For some reason, it wasn't as good when I was listening to it on my headphones. When you listen to it from the official release on CD, especially in my car, nobody's bothering me, loud. It's incredible, I'll tell you. It's not the hottest one ever, no, but the fact that it comes from a Dark Star and it's now 1972 and the song is still pretty, early in its stages becoming a tour de force. Wow, I'll tell you, Howie, it amazes me. And then, just to as a point of reference, this is really the highlight, the jam suite of the show. They then do 50 minutes of incredible rock and roll to follow. 8 songs. Where did they get the chutzpah? The stamina, the balls with the integrity, whatever you want to call it, stamina, to do that. It's incredible. But I
Yeah,
was curious,
it's a great morning dew jam at the end too. It was
exceptional. I
maybe
love it.
not as picture perfect as 526, but just it was. I was listening to it at the car dealership today. I had the headphones on. I was like, did I overrate this? Because I thought I had rated it, but I heard it this morning. I was like,
It's
damn, it's
amazing.
like yeah, it's
Very creative, Howie. He hits some beautiful notes that he'll never hit again. By 73, he was hitting what I like to call dancing on a pin. He's hitting those notes that you and I know. A great one, as an example, is 10-19-73.
yeah.
That one from Oklahoma City. That one is one of the best of all time. He's hitting those notes where you're just like, oh, here we go. This is morning dew. They hadn't gotten to that point yet as of May of 72,
This
but
was
you could
the
hear him starting to do that.
this was the third version, I think, since they brought it back on 511, right? Was that
Correct. Next one was Munich,
third?
five
Yeah,
eight. It's funny. I want to bring this up. There's some symmetry within the tour when you look at three of the greatest other ones ever, Howie. 426 Frankfurt. Forgot what day of the week it was. That might have been a Wednesday. I want to confirm this. I was right. Wednesday, 426-72. Greatest other one maybe ever. You know what? That truck and other one is the best of all time. Top two other one, that and Bickershaw, it's phenomenal beyond belief. 1 week later, 5-3, also a Wednesday, Paris. They also do this nuts. You know that other one, it's
yeah.
beyond belief. It's a split other one. It's got the me and Bobby McGee in between. It's beyond belief, a top three other one. 1 week later, 5-10. Now they're in Amsterdam. That show is nuts. Also a Wednesday, one of the greatest other ones, also top three, top four of all time. So you see, week goes by, 3 weeks consecutively on the same. They're hitting the greatest second set jam suites centered around the other one.
Hey, since you mentioned the other one, I just do have to bring this one. I know you're going to agree. Beat Club 421. That other one is insane.
It's nuts. That started the madness.
That challenges everything.
That started 421. Then you had Frankfurt. That started everything.
Yeah.
Before that, the other ones never hit the realm that they were about to hit. That was the trendsetter. But the point I'm making is now Dark Star. Look at Rotterdam, 511. Incredible. 518, 1 week later. So this is now on a Thursday. 511 Rotterdam on a Thursday, 511-72. Well, exactly 1 week later, now they're in Munich. Unbelievable Dark Star into Morning Dew, the first one ever, also on a Thursday. 1 week later, now they're doing it on the 25th in the Lyceum. That Dark Star is incredible.
Yeah,
also a Thursday. Just the symmetry that I wanted to point out.
That's got a great feeling groovy. That 525.
Oh, it's amazing. That show is incredible. That's the most undervalued show of the tour. And again, the first set's a little lackluster because this is the third show in a row, and this is the first time of the tour they had done that. But by the second set, they are freaking, really hitting new boundaries. It's amazing to me. So getting back to this show,
exactly,
I just wanted to, as a reference, just the symmetry of Europe 72. This is the greatest tour, not only the Grateful Dead, but like I said before, maybe of any band that's ever played. They were so peaking. They were so in their element. The new songs, the classics, breaking out every second set, either a Dark Star or another one, and centering the entire set around that song. It's just brilliance. And they played their guts out, Howie. And they played to non-speaking, non-English speaking
They're
audiences.
playing for audiences they couldn't see in the future.
Right. Isn't it amazing? It just blows my mind. So getting on with the show, we just finished with that unbelievable Dark Star Morning Dew, and I'll tell you, can't get enough of it. And then you figure, okay, it's time for a Bobby song. Wrong. He's gone. He's gone. A perfectly placed, gorgeous He's Gone. It's amazing. Beautiful. It's amazing. He has two beautiful solos. The one in the middle's gorgeous, and then that little small short solo at the end, which takes the place of nothing.
I'm going to bring him back. It's amazing how the song changed when they did this song during this tour, especially when I was listening to it today. It's definitely the Lenny Hart betrayal. You're not thinking about people dying and
exactly. There you go.
But when it went to 73, nothing's going to bring him back. And then it became like a different type of song. But it's like listening to a different song here. It's a little quicker pace.
It became a dirge. Like a dirge. It was such
Yeah.
a different. That's a great point, Howie. And you also mentioned that in your book, I think. There's definitely something that you had mentioned about
I don't
the.
remember my book, but I guess it's ensconced in my brain. It's
You definitely mentioned the He's Gone because it does stick out. It's a beautiful version. It's
it's
only
funny when
20
I finish
minutes.
when I finish a book, I proofread it so much, like I the sight of it makes me sick. It's like so
I get that.
but it's
Yeah, I
ensconced.
refer to your book a lot when I'm trying to, review that. So at this point with the He's Gone, Howie, that's 5 straight Garcia songs. I guarantee you that's never happened before. If I'm wrong, I hope somebody can point it out. But
If I'm wrong,
amazing.
if you're wrong, we're gonna call back the FedEx guy and have him straighten it out.
Right. And then after the He's Gone, again, a beautiful solo at the end of the He's Gone, a little quiet, a little great banter by Bob. He says something like we're trying to perfect the intonation so everything is painstakingly perfect.
Yes.
He says something like that, I swear. It's
Wow,
great.
the
Yeah. And then
precursor of
they
77, just exactly perfect.
then they bust into the Sugar Magnolia. Great version. It sits at 7 minutes. I tell you, I love these Europe 72 Sugar Magnolias. Great Sunshine Daydream with some great Jerry picking, at the end where he's really involved.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes he's just hitting chords.
Yeah, I didn't stick with it as tightly as I should. The Sugar Mag I thought was good, but there was some early
No,
in
it's
the tour
very
that were
good. Oh,
better.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's better
yeah,
on the tour. Something about this one, though, I like. And
yeah.
Howie, I'll tell you, this sets up for me one of the greatest moments besides
My
the show of
life.
the tour. I'm sitting in my car last night and I was listening to this with my eyes closed. And that jam, I swear to you, it was heartfelt. There were tears coming down from my face listening to This Comes a Time. It's an epic, it's a definitive version. It's incredible.
Incredible.
Look, some people I get it, will go to like 5/9/77. That's an incredible comes a time, but it's different. It's a different jam. I like these 72 ones perhaps a little better. I love
The
the one from
77, they
Frankfurt.
really slow it down. This is
Correct.
almost a yeah. This I love the pacing of these.
It's amazing. Look, the one from Frankfurt is incredible. That's the second one they did. The first
Right,
one was
that is great.
Newcastle, which is
Yeah,
very good, but it's a little shorter. Frankfurt is a classic. Jerry's voice is insane. The jamming is great. This one might be a little better, although Jerry's voice might not be. The one from Frankfurt is just incredible. It's to hear that like sometimes it amazes me just the tone of his voice. This one too, the singing, but his guitar, Howie,
oh yeah,
that singular jam at the end, and the jam in the middle is beautiful, is an all-time great jam for me. This
it's perfect.
solo,
It's not overly long, but it's just exactly perfect.
it's
It's yeah,
perfect, man. Hey, that's why you introduce your
yep.
podcasts with
And
that solo. Isn't
that's
that amazing?
that's only about half of the solo.
Correct.
So, but it's
He
yeah,
hits some incredible notes before, that
yeah.
part that you introduced. Amazing. I'll tell you, Howie, I've heard it now, what, 2 or 3 times, in preparation for the podcast. And to me, it might be the best one of all time.
It's a pretty
Makes me
incredible.
cry. And again, that's 6 out of 7 songs now for Jerry. And he's now on a different plane. You know what I'm saying? He really,
He's up there
there's
with
something
Ted
going
Williams
on
and
here. Could you imagine? I know that there's legend. We've discussed this where he's back to the audience on 5/26/72, 3 nights later during the morning dew. Jerry's crying. He has tears coming down. The emotion is pouring out. I guarantee you that this was a similar. I doubt he had his back, but he's probably looking at the audience during this comes a time, and he's just thinking of his life and his journey up until this point in time, and the sound of his guitar. This might be like the definitive moment of Grateful Dead. I kid you not. It's
it's
that good.
yeah,
It's
it's
that
awesome.
good.
I don't even think I put that much thought into it as I put it for the lead as the podcast. But as I was listening to it, I'm like, this is freaking incredible.
It
I should
is.
have done the whole thing, but you can't really do a 3 minute intro
Of
for
course, that's right.
for a
People be like, "What the
podcast.
fuck?" I thought I had a podcast coming. It sounds
uh,
like a Mike Francesa
yeah,
podcast.
have Francesca come in after 4 minutes of music. Hey, so
But Howie, I'll tell you, this one, this is for me, a game changer, if you
Hey,
will.
hey, it's funny, man. You said, but I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it, but by last week I did the Buffalo 5/9/77 podcast,
Oh, you did?
and then and I raved. It's funny you brought it up, and I raved. Comes a time, I think he only did it 66 times, and it's out of all the Jerry ballad songs, by far, it's the one that has the highest success rate of being a great version. By
Oh,
far,
yeah.
nothing's even close. Like there are some off morning dews. There's some a lot of Stella blues where they don't jam at the end. I'm not
Correct.
saying a
Correct.
better song. It might not be whatever you think of it.
Yeah, the 5/9/77 is unreal because
Every comes
Donna
a time
Donna's
is freaking
voice
yeah.
is amazing in
Eh,
that.
Jerry rolls on with a long
Oh, it's
jam on that.
incredible. Right.
It's
It's a
yeah,
long jam where it's just I get it. Look, it's some to me similar to the difference between They Love Each Other in 73 and The Love Each Other's in say 77 when they slowed it down. Very different approach to the song. I get it. I could see people thinking, I got a good buddy of mine, his name is Michael Weiner. He loves the ones from 77, loves those Comes a Time, and I don't blame him. You know, there's one from the Palladium, Howie. I
oh
think that's
five
by
four. Yeah,
three.
that might be the best.
It's
5-4,
incredible.
I think it is. Yeah.
Right. I think 5'9" is better, but look, I get it. I see why people consider that. But there is just something about these 72 versions. And Howie, you may not know it, but there might be one. I played it for you. There might be one better than this one from
Fox Theater.
23. It's from
Yeah.
10/19/72. From that St. Louis set. It was released as a box set. That show is incredible. It's got one of the greatest truck and other ones ever. That Comes a Time in the second set is maybe like the third to last song is incredible.
You
Also,
know, I think since we don't have such a time thing anymore, we should do 10/18 and 10/19 together. That Fox Theater.
ooh, God,
Yeah.
that's two incredible shows. Yeah, the 17th's a good show, but there's really no need to review that. It's kind of it's weird. No Dark Star, no other one. Great song, great rock and roll show. But yeah, the 10, 18, and 19, two of the greatest back to back in one venue you'll ever hear in your life.
Yeah,
But
but
getting back,
but there's something about Comes a Time. It's like Jerry could do no wrong. There are no bad versions. Yeah,
there you
it
go.
might be the only song that has that.
Every time they played it, it was like perfect. You know,
yeah.
it's the kind of song. It was never overplayed. It was never underplayed. They
Even in
played it
like
when they needed to.
the versions from '86 will bring you to your knees. You know, it's
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah. But this one, Howie, definitive for me, it's the definitive version. And then continuing, like you called it in your book, this Garcia Fest, out of nowhere, Jerry hit the most unbelievable beginning notes of Going Down the Road. I'll tell you, Howie, I was floored. It's a good almost 2 minutes of him playing that theme. It's incredible.
like
I've
you
not
like where
heard
did it come
anything
from?
like
You
it.
yeah,
Right.
it's
It's gorgeous. Look, the only thing that compares to it is Frankfurt that comes out of that Not Fade Away, or is it Going Down the Road battle that they're doing? The rest of the band wants to do
oh
Not
yeah,
Fade Away.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Jerry wants to do Going Down the Road. They settle on the Going Down the Road. Then they hit that beautiful beginning. This one's even better.
it's like a
I'm
Civil
telling
War
you,
battle going on out there.
it's amazing. This one is just pure Jerry out of nowhere, out of the stillness of the quiet of the audience. After Comes a Time, he starts.
Yeah,
It's incredible, Howie. I was crying and laughing at the same time. How could one person like do that with such emotion? He's not even singing. It's beautiful. It goes
by
on
the
for
way,
a
the
minute
going
and change. A minute, like
by the way, Going Down the Road Feeling Bad will be the outro. I'm going to play the entire version.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's a top three version of the tour. Probably like you think it's the second best of the tour. Only one better is probably Bickershaw. I get that. Another great one is 525, as you know,
Yeah.
also from Lyceum. That one's amazing.
You also turned me on. One of the first ones you turned me on to was from is it the other show he
Tivoli's
did in
great,
France, Lille.
414. It's
Lille.
Tivoli, but the Amsterdam.
Oh,
Amsterdam is hot as shit. That one's amazing. So many great ones from the tour, but this one, oh my God, Howie, it's almost 9 minutes long, and that introduction is second to none. It's amazing. It's one of the great moments of the tour. Again, just a simple beginning, but it's picture perfect, and the emotion that's running through it. Again, it's Jerry. Now 7 out of 8 songs, 7 out of 8. Think of that. And he has enough emotion, to play it the right way. That goes into a Not Fade Away, and not a Not Fade Away reprise. It goes into the full Not Fade Away. It's amazing. That's
that's
the
what I
first
thought
time
when
they ever did that.
first
They
time I heard it. Sounds like a Not Fade Away reprise is coming in,
exactly,
and
but
yeah,
they do the entire song. It's not long. It's almost 5 minutes, but they play it
it's
well.
ripping.
Hot.
It's
They rip
ripping,
it,
man.
and it's the first time they ever did that, Howie. They've done
Yeah.
Going Down the Road into the Not Fade Away reprise, but they never did Going Down the Road into Not Fade Away, as opposed to Not Fade Away into Going Down the Road. Again, such creativity, such uniqueness. And to harp on that point, in the middle of Not Fade Away, they go into Hey Bo Diddley. Amazing. And I know what you think of that song. Another Jerry song. So now we're at 9 out of 11, whatever. Jerry
Yeah.
song. It's incredible. How does he do that? But this Bo Diddley is the best one ever. It really is.
Ridiculous. Do you know
Nothing
anything?
compares.
I didn't check the stats. Is this the last one they played? Did they do another one? Do you know?
Oh,
Or
good question.
they only did a few of them, but whatever.
I believe they might have done one more towards the end of 72, maybe. It's not the first one, but it might be. It could be the last. I got to remember because as I was reading
Yeah, I
reviews
think
on
they
the
did.
archive.
I think they did in the Academy of Music was the first time they did it. Yeah,
Okay, so this is right. Well, yeah. There was a Bo Diddley
yeah.
night, so they probably did it there. Yeah. So this might be the second one. They didn't do it very often. This is easily the best. Jerry hits some incredible.
Oh my God, it's
It's
so long
amazing.
too. It's
Right, it's very long. He
you,
hits some
you
incredible notes right away. Then it gets a little spacey. Then he comes back
yeah,
where it
just
has a not fade away sound to it, but it's still Hey Bo Diddley D. It's got that same
it's
tone.
just a little different, a little squeakier, but it's
I
unbelievable. It's a
love it.
rampage. It's a rampage. It's like
Yeah,
the
he's going nuts again.
earlier on we heard "Sit on Top of the World" and "Rockin' Pneumonia,"
Oh my God.
but this is ridiculous. This is like
Right, right. A
this is
little
top
better.
notch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
it's
Again, Howie, I'm picturing Jerry peering down at the audience, smiling and grinning. He is in his moment. He is literally, I thought of this while I was listening to it on my headphones. All is all right in the Jerry Garcia world, right? Think about it.
yeah,
He must have been in the greatest mood. He's playing to a English-speaking audience in this incredible theater with amazing sound and acoustics. He could do no wrong. And I'm sure he's grinning ear to ear on top of the world. I really mean that. I wish I was there to just picture. I wanted to see his face, you know. I
yeah.
wonder what's going through his mind, but you can tell he's just killing it.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
no doubt, man. It's crazy, and it's all like Bo Diddley. You don't expect to hear this type of amazing jamming. It's just it's
Amazing.
outrageous, and we're actually going to play the whole Bo Diddley for the
You got it. You got
listeners
it.
right now,
It's
man.
incredible.
It's,
It's 4 minutes
it's
and change. It's like 4 minutes and a half, but it's 4 minutes and a half of some of the best
yeah,
jamming, most creative and ingenuitive,
yeah. You would figure a Hey Bo Diddley section might be 2 minutes, but this is killer, man. This is right on.
Yeah,
So
it is.
enjoy.
Lord, did the have you heard? I brought the baby since she was born. Lord, did the really where you been? Around the world gonna go, yeah. Hey, Lord, did the Hey, Lord, did the Hey, Lord, did the
Wow. That's better on repeated listenings, Howie. I swear. I forget like small parts of it, you know. Amazing. And then, they go back here again to harp on my point. Pigpen was spent at this point. He does not sing at all in the Not Fade Away
Right.
reprise. It's all Bobby, the first time I think Bobby's ever done that. But Jerry is helping him a little along. And then Jerry is hitting these fiery, incredible notes while Bobby's doing that. It's one of the best, if not the best reprise they've ever done. And after the Not Fade Away, Jerry hits these amazing climactic notes to end it. You probably didn't realize. I heard it a couple of times.
Oh
It's
yeah, no,
amazing.
no, I was
He's
definitely
hitting
taken
those,
back by it, but
before the song, a
yeah,
crescendo
just for a
before they just
distinction on the
drop.
reprise, some reprises they have the long intro coming into the
Right,
reprise, so
correct.
those are better. But
Right.
what
This one is quicker, goes
for a
right
shorter
into it.
reprise, this is great.
Correct. But he hits some unbelievable notes right along with Bobby singing. And there's this crescendo where he goes nuts at the end. It reminds me of the same thing he does at the end of the One More Saturday Night from Paris, 5372. Like
Yeah,
30 seconds of this crash landing, unbelievable jamming.
yeah,
And that
it's
sets up.
incredible. Arguably, even though it's not like the Dark Star Morning Dew is much more, it's a much heavier, the better combination. They actually might be playing better here at this
Oh,
going
the
down the
going
road.
down
Not
into
yeah,
Not Fade Away into
well,
Hey
you
Bo
can't play
Diddley.
better than this, man. It's
No,
crazy.
you can't. You can't.
That's two huge jam segments,
It's
but and
beyond belief.
only interrupted by Sugar Man and Comes a Time to Die For songs.
And
It's
it's
not like
almost 22 minutes.
yeah,
It really is a jam suite. It's like 22 minutes
yeah.
of pure rock and roll. Going down the road feeling bad, into Not Fade Away, into Hey Bo Diddley Dee, into the Not Fade Away reprise. Truly amazing. One of the standout, endings to
And
a
like you
show
said
in
with
the entire
Symmetry,
tour.
you ended the first set with the rock and roll
Correct.
with the Sit on Top of
Sitting
the
on top of the world,
World,
rocking
Boogie
pneumonia.
Boogie
Yeah.
Blue.
And now you've got the going down the road. It's amazing. And you know what, Howie, to just further expound on this Garcia theme and Garcia Fest, as you call it, this would have been a One More Saturday Night encore, right? Just
No,
like,
not
but
this
no,
night.
they pull out an Uncle John's band,
Uncle
which
Jerry's
me
band would have been more.
perfect cap, right? Uncle Jerry's the perfect cap to this perfect show. And I'll tell you, it's a gorgeous version.
Oh,
It
it's
might be the
great.
best
Yeah.
version of the tour. Look, the one from Two Nights Later is amazing. Wasn't an
Garcia Let's
encore. It's amazing.
unleashes a great
It's
solo in
crazy.
that one. Yeah.
It's different. It's longer. It goes into a dark star, but this one is gorgeous as the
Yeah.
encore. It's amazing. It
Beautiful
puts
encore.
a capper to a masterpiece of a show, a top five show for me. Again, I got at least eight shows in my top five. So I
Uh,
say that with a little levity and with a little wink, wink. But Howie, this show stands the
yeah.
test of time.
For me,
Look.
this is when I came to it when I was writing my Europe 72
Oh
book.
yeah, yeah.
I knew nothing about this show, man. I was like, all of a
For
sudden it
you,
came.
it's like
I'm
your
listening to it.
third.
What is this, man? Where did was this been hiding
Right.
out,
How did
man?
we not know this show, right? We didn't know it. I didn't know it. If it wasn't for the suitcase, I never would have heard this show.
Yeah,
And
the
it's a
Europe
top,
72 suitcase, man. One more. Hey, to wrap this thing up, man. Tell us about the suitcase, man. I love the suitcase.
it's such my go-to like box set of Grateful Dead. You've got the liner notes from every here. I'm showing you
Yeah. Hey, take it from you're
it's
sitting at home and the FedEx guy comes with or whoever came to drop off the
oh my
suitcase.
God, I'll never forget that. I ordered that through eBay
All
because
right.
I didn't know when it came out. It's sold out. A
Yeah,
lot of
right
these
away.
sell
Yeah.
out. A lot of box sets don't because they're expensive. And this one, when it came out, was close to $500. I had to pay $800 for it on the secondary market. I got it on eBay,
Now
but it
it's
was a
more. Yeah.
birthday present for myself back in 2012. And Howie, it was the greatest investment I ever made because I started listening to these shows one by one, and it took me a long time to figure out the masterpieces and the beauty and the overall just tenacity of these shows. I knew Frankfurt because that had been released. I didn't know I didn't know London. I knew that there was this great dark star from London that had been played on this show called the Glastonbury Fair, which was this famous English program that they played certain cuts from. And that dark star made it onto that LP, the Glastonbury Fair. So I knew that was the one from London. But I didn't know anything, I swear, except Frankfurt. Even Dusseldorf, I didn't really know. I know they had Rockin' the Rhine, they had released that, and I had it, but I never really listened to it. This suitcase, literally, I said it before, it changed my life. Now 72 is my favorite year. This is easily my favorite tour. I go back, this is my go-to tour. I listen to these shows every year when the anniversary falls on that date. And it just reestablishes, my feelings about that this was the peak of the Grateful Dead. There's no doubt in my mind. Look, back in the day, I thought the peak was 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 77. And with good reason. Those are some of the best and greatest shows of all time, right? Especially for 77. But I rethought that, and to me, this is the best, This is the best. This is when they were peaking. They never ever recaptured this magic.
Yeah,
73 was an incredible year, don't get me wrong, but playing Dark Star or the other one every other night and centering the jam suite around those songs and making the second sets so perfect as they did, no other band could have done that, Harry.
yeah,
It's
man. No
amazing.
doubt, man. Because like obviously the Grateful Dead continued to come out with new songs, which add to the luster of
Oh yeah,
years
Week of
coming
the
up,
Flood.
and
Think of all those great songs from Week of
Scarlet
the Flood.
Fire, Estimated Eyes, but
Amazing.
as good as a band, as good as any band could possibly be. That's the Grateful Dead Europe '72.
Oh, no, no doubt about it. Think of how many incredible. I'll just start naming shows, and you'll be like, "It's amazing." Even 4/7, we underrated. So that
The
other
first
one,
show, which is
nuts.
supposedly a throwaway show, is
Right, a
spectacular.
throwaway. Right, they just landed. The sound wasn't great. They're
the,
getting
the the
used to their
venue
new
sucks.
gigs.
The
Right, they're playing
everybody's pissed off. It's
in this cavernous pool stadium. Right,
yeah.
this big, with the head columns. That's a
English cops were beating people in the streets. It was
There you go.
hailing. It was
Right. Hey, same thing with Newcastle. That was a really bad sounding venue, and they killed it in
yeah.
Newcastle. Have you heard that show
Oh,
recently?
it's great, man. It's
It's
a
incredible. And then you got shows like Munich that people don't really talk about. The first ever Dark Star Morning Dew. The first set is incredible. They opened up with a truck, and that whole first set is nuts.
and
There are so many shows from this tour.
and how about being in that cafeteria on 416
Oh my God,
cafeteria?
that first set is
That
nuts.
Cumberland's nuts.
Oh yeah, that whole show is great. It's just that I think either they had a curfew or they just got tired by the time because you're right. You put in your book that where's the meat in the other one? There was really no meat,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
they
okay.
were playing around. They were like, yeah,
That's
cute.
okay.
They're
It's
being
still an
cute.
incredible show.
Yeah,
Right. They were
definitely.
being cute, whatever you want to call it. They made up for it, of course,
Yeah.
5 nights later when they're playing at the Bremen at the Beat Club. The boy,
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Howie, this tour to me is the greatest tour any band's ever done. And keep coming back to some of these individual shows, 414 in Tivoli. Oh my God.
Yeah,
417 in
it's hard to
Philadelphia.
pick those apart. It's like, they're both so great in their own way.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Both those shows are incredible. There
All
are
right.
so many great shows. London, 448, and then they go back to the Lyceum. You got the shows back to back. Amsterdam and then Rotterdam, two of the greatest shows of all time.
And then
Oh, it's
right in
amazing.
the middle, maybe the best one, Bickershaw. So,
Bickershaw. And before Bickershaw, they had two incredible nights in Paris.
oh,
So
yeah.
right? So you see the point I'm making. There's just no weak spots. Look, the only two shows that I don't really go nuts over are maybe Lille, which is still a great show from Paris, 513, and the one from Luxembourg. It's a great show, and there's some great moments, but it was in a
It's
studio.
only Radio Luxembourg. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show. There's some great, but
Yeah.
they don't really come off. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a great show. Those are the only two that really I don't say is a masterpiece. Every other show from this tour, really, 20 out of 22 or 19 out of 22. Bremen's not, again, not a concert either. It's just for the Beat Club they were doing it. It just amazes me. They were never, ever musically this tight and this telepathically in tune with each other. And this, I think, any band was ever this tight or telepathically, in tune with one another. Instrumentally, singing wise, it's just, I'll tell you, amazing. And kudos to Rhino for really coming out with the entire tour. I'm sure so many people, if you read, the guide, the guy, the Grateful Dead taping guide, the
Yeah.
compendium. There are so many people who are reviewing the shows that are based on audience that are crappy sounding or soundboards that are 18th generation that have cuts left and right, and you can't fully appreciate the shows and the songs. They produced every show perfect quality, song for song, in perfect sequence, and that's what a release like this does. It makes you really appreciate an entire tour. And that's what I did. And it just blew my mind. Like I was a big 77 guy before the Suitcase came out. And
It's
72
the suitcase that keeps giving, man. It's incredible.
it's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, I think we made our point, and we'll get you back next month for another podcast. Doug,
Oh yeah, I can't
thanks for
wait.
joining us. This is beautiful, man.
Great time, Howie. Thank you guys. Everybody out there, Larry Gindorf. You got Andrew Klein. I don't know where Andrew's been, but great guy. You got Jeff Morgan, for all I know, listens to the podcast. We got Mr. Trister, Andy Trister. I haven't
Nice.
seen you in a while, buddy. Love
Good
you,
guitar
man.
player. Yep.
Yeah. Love you guys. Everybody out there. It's great to be able to review these shows with Howie. And we'll see you next month, right? Come
Yep.
back.
Oh, definitely. Well, I think you got another pass for next month. We'll,
I went over my allotted time.
yeah. All right.
Love you, man.
Peace out.
All right, take care, buddy. Love you.
There you go. A marathon podcast discussing a marathon epic 1972 show. Such great stuff there at the end of the Europe 72 tour. Thanks again, Doug. I want to send a happy birthday out to Bob Dylan, 85 on Sunday, 85 years old. Hero to us all, Mr. Bob Dylan. Everybody go out, celebrate. Lots of cool festivals going on. It might be a little rainy. Hopefully you get one indoors. But Bob Dylan, 85. Pretty amazing. So that wraps up this episode. If you want to reach out to me, tangledupintunes.com is my website. But if you actually want to send me an email, catfishgarcia82 at yahoo.com. And here's the Going Down the Road in its entirety from the May 23rd, 72 Lyceum show. A very different and incredible version. Everybody enjoy. Peace out. Speak to you soon.
Treated stand.